No, they're not your friends, but they'll pretend to be.
I saw this study online, and by the way, Coast is your 9 o'clock word, C-O-S-T, enter that at KZOZ.com for Money for Nothing. And I saw the study that's, let me get Cameron up here as well, because Cameron, you grew up here, so you should have a say in this more than anybody. That New Jersey is the most hated state in America, and the most liked state, according to this survey, was Idaho. And the top 5, Idaho, Utah, Washington State, Nevada, and Arizona. Those are the top. Those are the top 5.
The West is the best.
Yeah, the West Coast really is the best coast. They have the most spirit. They have the most people moving there and the least people leaving. That's kind of how they did the study. California, by the way, number 3 most hated state in the union.
You've never been to the East. California's the
yeah, everybody's leaving California.
Right.
You know, I mean, come on.
So the West is
it's
not
a tough
the
place
best
to live
because California takes up most of the West Coast. It's just California's the outlier, is what you're saying.
By the way, Mike is writing in that I missed the A in coast. Yes, it's C-O-A-S-T. Sorry.
Did you just spell C-O-S-T?
I probably did because I was thinking about this poll question, which is more, or this question, it's not even a poll question, this question on this poll that is more important to me than saying the word coast. C-O-A-S-T, that is your code word. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate any correction at any time.
So we're right up there with New Jersey.
And Jeff normally points this stuff out. I don't know how he missed it. What did you hung over today like I was
I'm reading
earlier?
about the Bed Bath & Beyond closings.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to give us the update on that, or you want to wait?
Well, what happened was in 2018, they got rid of their coupon program in exchange for a paid membership program because they saw all the success that Amazon...
But I keep getting these coupons.
No, listen, there's a reason why. So they went away for a short period of time. You probably were unaware that they went away.
Okay.
So they moved to a paid membership program in 2018, and they lost a lot of money. Like, people stopped shopping there because they stopped getting their coupons, and then they went back to the coupon program. Okay. They thought they wanted to instill a program like Amazon Prime.
I see.
But the problem is, how are you going to pay a membership and then make me come down to your store? If I want a membership, I'm going to sit on my fat ass on the couch and order stuff from your store.
So anyways, back to this study about the most hated state. I was thinking about the Central Coast, and I'm thinking of the most, the city that is, number 1. What do you think the most popular city on the Central Coast is? Cameron, you go first.
Probably Morro Bay?
Why Morro Bay?
It has a beach.
I would say Morro Bay would be number 2
nice.
to Pismo Beach. I could be wrong, but I think Pismo is the most popular place. I live in the 5 cities, and
the redoing of Pismo Beach is incredible.
You mean the pier?
What they've done with not only the pier.
You mean the waterfront there? They put the hotels in,
everything.
Yeah, they're doing a lot down there.
All the way up to the freeway, from the window to the wall. Pismo Beach is an improvement over where it was a decade ago.
Way to work that in. Way to work in a mid-2000s or 2000s, whatever you want to call it, rap song.
Hip-hop reference.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think you're right.
It is. We were down there yesterday morning and we stood in line for some cinnamon rolls. And my God, it was just, I was lucky because I had the kids and they didn't want to stand in line for cinnamon rolls. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take the kids down to the pier and we're going to play on the new structures and walk around and all that stuff. And Pismo Beach is really pulled it together.
Every time I go down there, it's a show. It's so many people. I went down there midweek to have lunch. My parents were in town. I think we went down on a Wednesday at 2:00.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to that place there that,
people want to go to a place that they like.
Yeah. And it was packed. You couldn't even get in.
But
of course there's COVID and all that.
Can be like that as well. Morro Bay is very, very popular.
But it's still very old school, and it hasn't really updated and changed, I feel.
Okay.
A little bit. But for the most part, what you see in Morro Bay today, you saw 20 years ago, right? A lot of clam chowder, a lot of fish and chips.
The aquarium closed.
The aquarium did close.
Probably for the best.
Yes, that is for the best.
You guys, whatever. I like the aquarium.
Are you saying what is the nicest city on the Central Coast, or what is the most liked?
What is the most liked? What is the most popular city on the Central Coast? I kind of like Pismo, and I like Morro Bay.
I think San Luis Obispo is the most liked.
Oh, I would disagree. I would say on the flip end of this, and that's where I'm going next. I'm going to take Orchid and Santa Maria and Napomo, and so we'll start in Orchid and we'll go all the way up. I'm sorry, Los Alamos, you're just a little too far down. I would say that Santa Maria and San Luis Obispo might get into a fist fight to find out who is the most unliked city on the
No.
Central Coast. I think a lot of people, don't like San Luis Obispo anymore. Something has changed in the past 5
Well,
years.
what you can do is you could just take a look at property values and see which one is.
Well,
the
that's
most likely.
that's really one of the big issues, right? And I know if you live in San Luis Obispo and you love San Luis Obispo, and I'm not trying to offend you, I just from talking to people. Let me ask you, Cameron, since you live in Paso and you grew up there, where does San Luis Obispo sit on your scale of liked cities to visit or to be? It's liked, period.
See, I like going down there because all the house shows are down there. All the music, all the stuff. Is
All the
in
what
Slow.
shows are down here?
The house shows.
What's a house
The
show?
house shows. Before COVID, like people would hold like concerts in their house. College kids and stuff.
Oh my God! No, I didn't know that.
House show is a term I did not know.
Okay, so you like to go to houses where college students live over on Cal Poly, and you go to a party there, and that's why you like San Luis
and they
Obispo.
have
No,
bands.
it's not a party. It's like a small concert. You pay. Some are you can just go in for free. Others are just like $5, and then you see local artists play. Because honestly, I don't. It's been a while since I've seen a band play at like a venue around here outside of the Fremont that I've enjoyed.
But the house show is where it's at, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
25 people
I know a
in
lot
front
of
of the
local
fireplace.
artists and play a lot of local bars. Is that what you're calling a house show, or do you actually have to go to somebody's
Well,
house?
keep in mind, Cameron's 20, so he's not going to local bars.
Well, actually, I
true.
did used to go to Slow Brew before it was like Carissa.
Yes. No, yeah, and they had a place for minors to go in.
Well, they still have that, but it's out here at the
Yes.
Rock now, right?
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, Mike says, "Don't forget Lompoc. They suck."
Yeah, I was just thinking. I think
I forgot about
might be the
Lombok.
most hated.
But I guess Lompoc's got to
Well, I
be
think
in
you
that
answered your own
discussion.
question right there. If you forgot about it completely, then it's the most hated.
Over Santa Maria. See, there's a lot of things about Santa Maria that I like.
Yeah,
think-
boomers.
Okay, are you guys talking
No,
about?
not boomers.
Are you guys talking about liked by outsiders or liked by insiders, like people that live here?
Live here.
Okay,
Live here. Yeah.
because I was going to say liked by outsiders, it would be a toss-up between Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo. People come here for Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo and the beach areas.
See, I think the most
Morro
liked-
Bay and Pismo Beach.
For locals, I think Paso Robles is where it's at. It's got all these great restaurants. There's a lot going on there. It is touristy,
Hey, listen,
but they
3
seem to
years
manage
ago,
it well.
3 years ago, I would not have said that was a toss-up. 3 years ago,
Right.
hands down, it would have been San Luis Obispo. Now, I think it's a toss-up between Paso Robles and San Luis Obispo. So you see which area it's trending in, okay? You see more tourism going into Paso Robles than you do going into San Luis Obispo because of the established downtown area, because of the things to do there, because of the increased lodging, and the winery drives the wine business drives a ton of it.
There's just so much in San Luis Obispo you have to deal with. It's like it just needs to be fixed. That's all. It just there's obviously the homeless situation is worse in San Luis Obispo. The lodging situation, it's very expensive. If you want to stay in town, it's great that you can do that now. But from what I've understand, these hotel rooms downtown are very expensive. I mean, like $300, $400, $500 a night for a
You're
room.
getting much of the same in Paso Robles, though.
I don't think so. I think
No,
you
you
can-
are. You are.
I think pretty sure you can stay in Paso Robles for under $300 a night.
Right, but you're not going to stay downtown. You're not going to stay downtown Paso Robles. I mean, you can stay in San Luis Obispo for under $300 a night.
Where you mean? I can't stay at the Paso Robles Inn for under $300 a night?
Maybe
Pretty sure you can.
midweek, but not peak season.
I don't know. Anyways, that was my question. Your thoughts are welcome. 805-543-3693. Top 2 best towns on the Central Coast, and why? And the top 2 worst. You can call in. We'd love to hear your argument. 805-543-3693. You can text in if you'd rather do that. You just need to give us 2 on each side.
Maria, great.
We got somebody on the line here that wants to say
Recently.
something about Pismo Beach. Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, Pismo is pretty nice the way they redid the pier, but ask your coworker there what he thought of the slide and what city official granted that.
Okay,
Safe.
I need to, I need to talk about this because the first time I saw the slide, it was right after it opened up, and we were walking down the beach from like the Grover Beach area down to the pier, and we see all these kids flying off the slide, and I was like, oh man, that's dangerous. But my kids are with me. And I'm like, well, they see this, they want to go on this slide, right? So I'm like, I don't know if you guys should be going off this slide because I see these kids flying off this thing into the sand. And I go up there and I coach them. I'm like, listen, go down, but put your shoes down so you can have a braking procedure as you're going down the slide.
Is this just a straight or does it turn?
This slide is a death trap, okay?
Yeah, they have it blocked off today, so.
Right, and we went there yesterday, and it was blocked off, thank God, because I do not want my kids going down it. And I'm guessing it's blocked off because they need to rethink the safety of it.
Yeah, it's just hilarious. That got passed by whoever does the engineering on that.
Did they not try the slide at first? I mean, the slide is crazy, okay, because it goes... There's like a little landing area there. That's like the rubber composite play area stuff that you land on.
Ground up tires thing.
Yeah. But it's all pushed together, so it's rubbery and it's cushiony and it's all that. But then it doesn't extend out that far. Then as a drop off from that stuff to the sand, so the kids oftentimes overshoot that that area where they're supposed to land and land into the sand.
Oh wow. Well,
and they try to do it.
Can adults allowed to go down the slide?
Nobody's allowed to go down.
I want to go down the slide.
Nobody's allowed to go down it right now.
Give this sumbitch a run.
They have it blocked off, and I was like, "Do you know why they have it blocked off?"
Go down there early morning, he says.
Do you know why they have it blocked off, Bruce?
One of the guys that was standing there, a local guy, said there was already 2 broken ankles and 1 broken leg, but I don't know if there's any truth to that.
No way!
But
are you serious?
That is a long slide, and I'm sure the speed that these kids are picking up with the sand and everything.
No, I'm serious. Like, all you could see from the distance was bodies flying off this thing into the sand, and I was like, "There's no way I'm letting my kids go on that."
You guys should call the city and say, "What's the deal?"
They need to pitch that slide a little bit more out. I think.
Right. Thanks for the call,
That's what
Bruce.
they need to do. It's
All
a
right,
little
you
hard.
guys have a good day.
They poured it of concrete, so it's like you can't redesign it.
Tell you what,
you got to check it
you've
out.
made it to where I really want to go by and try this.
You want to
slide.
try it. You do want to try it because when I looked at it, I wanted to try it. And I did it because I had to do it with my son in order to get him to go because he was super scared because he's younger, and so I had to go side by side with my son, and it is fun. But I can see how you could pick up some serious speed. And if you are a teenager where you throw caution to the wind and nothing can happen to you, I mean, those were the people that I was seeing flying off.
You know what
into
I
the
landed
sand.
in when I was a kid off big giant slides? We had one out at Spanaway Lake Park. And we had these things we could do. Dirt, hard dirt. Mm-hmm. There was no tires. There was no sand.
This slide,
there was no gravel.
This slide dwarfs in comparison. There's like you don't go to a lot of play areas right now, but there is an arms race on who can make the most dangerous slide right now. And it is like from Sinsheimer Park to Pismo Beach. And the parks I've been to in other cities in the nation. There's one in Seattle that's just a death trap. And it's like when we were growing up, I'm sorry, I don't know. We were always like, oh, when we were kids, we were tougher. No, they don't make slides now like they did with the slides they make now are way more dangerous than the slides they made when we were kids. Way more dangerous.
This is Know the Show. It's $20 to go to Federico's Fresh Mex in Slow. We need to know what a house show is. Pete, first up this morning.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Pete. Real quick before you answer, Seth, have you ever been to a house show?
Apparently not.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pete. What is a house show?
A house show is like when students rent a house and they charge you either free to get in or $5 to see like a local band.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's it, Pete. Nice job.
I thought, they used to call it a house party.
Right.
I mean, when you said house show and it wasn't a home show, then that's all I could think of.
Well, then I thought you were talking about house music, Cameron. Like it was some sort of DJ techno. I don't even know what house music is, but I think it's kind of like a rave, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know, but that's what I thought. But the first thing I did think was, you were going to home shows. Like you were looking for, something Adirondack chairs.
A new sink.
Well, then you'd call that a home show, wouldn't you?
I think that's isn't that more like you're showing a home? Not it's like
No, I mean, well, no, so they have them in like these like expo centers.
See,
like
old
they have-
man, you got to explain to the young man.
Yeah, I know. So at like the fairgrounds, every year they have like a home show where you walk in and people that sell decks and rain gutters and sinks and countertops try to get you to buy their product.
And they'd have deals for just that weekend.
Yeah, they give you like 20% off for the weekend. So when you say house show, I don't know. I just automatically correlate it to the home show, but apparently has a new, different meaning for a different, younger generation than myself.
This old home. It's all going to change.
This old house.
Yeah. So, hey, Pete, nice job, man. You got $20 to go check out Federico's Downtown Slow, okay?
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, why I got you on the phone, the most beloved city on the Central Coast, in your opinion, and the least loved city on the Central Coast?
Oh, I'd have to say Pismo is the best, and Lompoc is the worst.
Lompoc, too. Taking another shot at the poke.
Yeah.
Poor Lompoc.
You think the prison brings the points down?
I don't know what brings it. I've been to Lompoc. I mean, but I've only been to somebody's house there. I've never. What is it that you dislike about Lompoc so much, Pete?
Oh, it's just kind of rough. I think, they have a lot of gangs, and it's just not a safe place to go.
All right, Pete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Hold on the line here. We're going to get you
Sounds like another
to
place.
Go.
So have we already gone, speaking of bring down, have we already had Seahawks chat?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, you already talked about the game. I mean,
when they win,
where's
you
the
never come in
12th
here
man?
and go, you never go,
You guys don't
hey,
know
you want to
Seahawks?
talk about the Seahawks when they win?
well, yeah, they have
This is the first time all season you've wanted to talk about the
they
Seahawks.
beat some pretty subpar teams, but and they
like
did-
your team.
How did they run their best play and it didn't work?
What was their best play?
Watching the other team miss a field goal. Yeah, you walked into that. Thank you for being my straight man on that.
Trust me, I knew
And
it was
it worked
coming,
to
Seth. I
perfection.
knew
It worked to perfection.
Well, what kind of an idiot ices his own kicker? I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, they deserved to lose that game last night. I mean, he called the timeout.
No. They were going to get a delay
I know.
game.
So what? He would have lost 5 yards
so that
on a
wasn't-
field goal that he made from 60 anyways?
That wasn't Seattle's
No.
timeout?
It was
I had the
Arizona's
sound
timeout.
down, so-
It was
Oh.
Arizona's timeout. They would have gotten 5-yard penalty, so it would have been, instead of a 41-yard
46.
try, a
Yeah.
46-yard
did
try.
you? You were watching on your phone, so you might have missed this. But right before he called the timeout, obviously they were going to get a delay of game. They were getting ready to
okay.
kick, and one of the assistant coaches came running over, grabbed his shoulder, like, "Hey!" And so I think it was just a reaction. You see one, and you're like, "Timeout!" Didn't even have time to register.
Well, and of course he makes the one they call the timeout.
He made it. He would have made it easily from 60. So it's like, oh God, did we just do ourselves a disservice by icing our own kicker? And yes, you did.
You know that time the play worked for you in the playoffs against the Vikings. Why does the kicker, a right-footed kicker, line up at the right, almost the right pole? You know, the left hash mark or whatever. He's designed to kick it.
I don't know. There's a voodoo doctor.
We'd have to call
on
my buddy Dustin Dickinson,
you'd have
who
to turn
kicked for
sideways.
our high school team, and I don't think he made one field goal. But we can at least. He's the only field goal kicker I know.
Was his number like 98?
There's
or
a
something?
voodoo doctor that works on the Seahawks staff that gets in the heads of the kickers that they face. I don't know what it is. But
It just seems like he was lined up to miss, and he did.
yeah.
Yeah, there was some bad.
Well, even the one he made,
officiating.
you were like, oh, I can see how that one could go in the opposite direction. But then when he missed, you're like, oh, yeah.
Well,
he followed the same line.
Like your golf swing, you want to adjust a little, set the tee over on that side of the tee or something. But
I have a new favorite hated player, and it's Kyler Murray. I can't stand that guy.
He's good.
I don't like his face. I don't like his hair. And I definitely don't like how slick he is.
and stop beating us.
Yeah.
Well, you guys play again, don't you?
He's really good.
Won't you
Yeah,
have
they
Arizona
play.
again?
They play in Seattle later on in the year. Hopefully, they'll get fans back into the game. Probably not in Seattle though.
So we got Monday Night Football tonight, and Red Zone picks. I'm sure you've already made yours. I'm sure this is an easy one to pick.
You
Not
think so?
really. I don't think so. I don't think the Rams have been playing that well lately. They don't have high offensive output. This is a coin toss to me.
I'm gonna go with the Rams, but so is
Rams in
64% of the Red Zone Nation. So you're
Yeah.
right. 60-40 almost is the.
What's the Rams' record right now?
They're 4-2.
Okay, because I don't think Chicago's hardly played anybody with a winning record, if anybody. Look, you can look at their little, their little thing there.
Let's see here. Tampa Bay.
Detroit, the Giants.
They beat Tampa Bay. I don't think the Rams could beat Tampa Bay.
Well, look
right
at the
now.
rest of the teams, though.
Carolina, not really. Indianapolis.
The mighty Giants, though.
Yeah.
Foles always does good when he's in an underdog, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they play
If
for the competition.
Rams, if the Rams are favored tonight, then Chicago, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. It's Foles time.
All right, we're out. Seth is up next. He's got another code word for you. It's Money for Nothing, brought to you by Perry Ford. Your shot to win $1,000 every day, and he'll do that next.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.